Welcome, everyone, to Arlington, Texas at AT&T Stadium, site of this year's Goodyear Cotton Bowl, part, of course, of the college football playoff. We are through the opening round of this year's playoff, and now the pressure is mounting in the quarterfinals. A matchup between one side that's had time to rest and recover, and another team that's battle-tested, already off one playoff victory. As we'll see the number 10 seed in this playoff, the Florida Gators, taking on the number 2 seed in the playoff, the BYU Cougars. 3A Sports College Football. I'm Chris Fowler here in the booth with Kirk Herbstreit. And here we go, a college football playoff quarterfinal game. We'll see which team's going to be moving on. Team is out there. Great energy as this playoff game is about to get underway. Fields it inside the 5-yard line. And the returner is brought down. So the BYU Cougars offense starts with less than ideal field position thanks to that return. Of course, the home of the Cotton Bowl in modern times has become AT&T Stadium, a massive yet somehow intimate setting. This, of course, is where the first championship game of the playoff era was played.
Well, who could forget that? When Ohio State took care of Oregon to win the national championship for Urban Meyer. And this game, like you said, I think it just seems to get bigger and bigger in this setting. The pressure these players feel. Let's see who can handle that the best today.
You know, in the era that we live in right now, everybody wants to spread the field around, try to create space, try to create one-on-one matchups, and the defense has countered over the years by trying to play out wide. But here's a great example. The defense has the ability to play wide, but still be solid at the line of scrimmage, not give up big run plays.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. He'll throw it now. It's a short completion to the big tight end. The defense stops him just short of the marker. That'll bring up 4th down. No, kick it away here. And it's taken at the 25. And the returner is tackled by this punt coverage team. So the Gators offense takes the field. The first chance we had to see them today. All right, Kirk, let's take a quick look at the impact players for today's game and how they're going to affect the outcome.
These are your leaders on the field and in the locker room. These are your go-to guys, not only when you need a play to be made, but also when you need somebody to rally your team.
We'll hand it off. The junior able to bring him down quickly. 2nd down after that run on the previous play. Play action fake, looking to throw. Finds a man open on the right side downfield. They bring him down, but not before a huge gain. Moves the ball to the 40-yard line. The pre-snap motion from the offense. They'll hand it off. The tackle is made, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what that's about. Open. That one hurts. Backs him up 10 yards. A penalty backs him up 1st and very long. Off the play fake, looking to throw. Lets it fly to the wideout. Easy throw to a wide open receiver downfield. Tackle made after a big gain.
The defense is spread all over the field, creating some one-on-one matchups, and the quarterback makes them pay for it.
And the single back takes the handoff. And that run produces a decent gain. Here's the 2nd down play. From the shotgun, drops back. Throw to the sideline, steps out after a short gain. And they convert here on 3rd down in the red zone. This is a 4-point type of play, touchdown or field goal. 3rd down play here out of the shotgun. Touchdown, Gators. Setting the tone early on offense.
Oh, just outstanding execution here by this offense. The offensive line gives the quarterback time, and the quarterback's anticipation was on point. Puts that ball right in the money. The receiver, all he had to do was turn and catch the ball for that touchdown.
So they'll try to add to the lead now with the PAT. And the PAT makes it 7-0 open scoring. Kickoff team on the field getting set now. And he'll bring it out from inside the 10. He'll be tackled at the 18. That's good coverage there. Here comes the BYU offense back out on the field. The last drive, they came up empty, had to kick it away. Can they come up with something here? Oh, it's incomplete. That's a good job of the defender to break that up. Incomplete. Second down coming up. From the shotgun, drops back looking for an open man. Lofting it toward the left sideline. They try a downfield shot. That's a good effort there. But now it's third down. They come to the line, a long way to go for the first down, but needing this crucial conversion right now. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. Tackle right at the 30, good enough to move the sticks. BYU getting set for the 1st and 10 now. Looking to throw again. Fires it to the wideout. It's complete. What a grab near the sideline. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a first down. On first down, it's play action. Makes a quick grab. He'll be taken down, but he crosses midfield of the 48. Completion good for first down yardage for this offense. Quarterback drops back. We're going to test the secondary. Downfield shot falls incomplete. Couldn't quite connect there. What's the play call here on second down for this offense? Handoff from the shotgun. He stopped just short of that first down marker, inches away from it. Third down after that running play. Running back with the football. And moves the ball to the 35 and another first down. The running play gives the offense a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw it on first down. That's a bullet pass to the left side. Touchdown, Brigham Young. Just ran away from the defense. Looked like a total bust there. Easy pitch and catch like you'd see in a Tuesday practice.
Yeah, that quarterback's eyes must have lit up on that play because you've got one of your players way downfield without any defender around him.
Kicking team on now for the extra point. And there's the point after. Here's the kickoff team now, set to boot this one away. They'll return it from inside the 5. And he stopped at the 19. Good job by the coverage team. And the Gators offense retakes the field. They punched it in the last possession. Can they do it again, or will this defense make some adjustments to get a stop? Tackled right at the 30, good enough to move the sticks. First down play call. How aggressive will it be? Keeping it on the ground here. That's a nice wrap-up there by the junior. The clock is running last minute in a very entertaining first quarter of play. Quarterback looking to throw it on second down. Makes the catch. And they wrap him up after the completion just short of the first down marker. An important third down attempt for this offense. Looking to pick up the first down through the air. Intercepted, picked off by the defense. And he'll be taken down, but after a good return.
Really nice job of mixing up the looks here by this defense. Sometimes man, sometimes zone. They fool the quarterback here completely, and he throws the pick.
So the BYU offense comes back out onto the field. Passing game was so effective in the last possession. Right down for a touchdown. We'll see if the defense can make adjustments. Short pass finds the tight end. Not easy to bring down. The quarterback finally gets the job done. It's a draw to the back. And just a short gain this time. They're able to get him down. Offense been in reverse here. Now a long way to go to convert this third down. Can't hold on. Good defensive play brings up a fourth down. And the Cougars will line up to punt it away. And he'll kick it away now for the second time. Kick goes out of bounds. They'll spot the ball near the 20-yard line. Offense comes up to the line. They might have a chance for a couple more plays before the quarter expires. They'll go with the ground game here. Running back takes the handoff. Defense makes the tackle as the final seconds of this first quarter run out. So at the end of one, we are dead even as these teams continue their pursuit of a national championship. Let's take a quick look at the game summary so far. We've got a good one in our hands, which we're to hope for in a playoff game as we begin the second period. Second down after that previous play. Shotgun formation. Here's an inside give. They tackle him behind the line, a loss of 4. Well, a serious challenge for this offense. You don't want to be in third and long inside your own 20. How much of a risk will they take to try to pick up this first down? Looking to set up a screen pass here.
Screen plays are risky because the defense can get to the quarterback and it also can be covered. Many times, the quarterback just throws it away. Here they get some positive yards.
And the returner elects to fair catch it. No return. Here comes the BYU offense back out on the field. They're coming off a quick 3 and out, so looking to put something together on this drive with a little more urgency. Down goes the quarterback. It's a sack.
The defender did not bite on the fake at all. They were in pass rush mode the entire time.
See if the offense can overcome that sack. Second and long. And he drops back in the gun. It's complete on the crossing route. You make the stop, but not before a solid gain that time. First down here for this offense. Off the play fake, looking to throw. Trying to extend the play. Quarterback looking to scramble. Second down play coming up. Offense looking to throw the ball. From the pocket, delivers over the middle. Tackled quickly after the catch. He'll be short of the marker. Offense gets set up here. It's third down. And he'll set up to throw. Running back has it on a screen now. They've got him, but that completion good enough for first down yardage. This BYU offense is quickly moving down the field. Fakes the handoff here, looking to throw it. It's intercepted. Tried to fire it into a tight window. Big takeaway. Now looking for a big return. Follows the pick with a nice return before finally being brought down.
Oh, Chris, against zone coverage like that and the ball thrown deep down the middle of the field, you've got to layer that throw in. Very challenging throw, requires a nice touch with a strong arm, and the quarterback that time just did not make the throw.
And the Florida offense retakes the field. Last time was a quick 3 and out. Can they get a drive going this time? Keep it on the ground. There's the handoff. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. Offense getting set. Second down play here. Quarterback drops back from the shotgun, looking for a receiver. Caught quickly. He's found some room at the 45. That's a big gain before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks more than enough for a first down.
What a pitch and catch by the quarterback and receiver for a big gain for this offense.
First down, looking to throw the football. He's got an open man downfield, and it's caught. And the gain just good enough for a first down. The Gators come to the line to start a fresh set of downs. Quarterback pulls the ball. It's a keeper.
Not exactly the outcome this offense was hoping for here on the option. I'll give them credit, they didn't lose anything, so it wasn't a negative play. But this kind of play's got to be able to hit big and get down the sidelines for big yards.
And it's incomplete, targeting a man right near the goal line. So the offense getting set. This is not where you want to be against this defense. 3rd and long. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. Grab made by the tight end. The tackle is made. The offense is now set up with a 1st and goal from the 8. The Gators trying to punch it in. It's 1st and goal. Makes the catch. Can he get in? He makes it to the end zone. Touchdown, Florida. So they'll try to add to the lead now with a PAT. PAT makes it a 7-point lead. Now the kickoff team is out on the field. Return begins inside the 10. He's tackled at the 21. That's where the drive will start. Here comes the BYU offense back out on the field. They had some good things going in the last drive, but it ended suddenly with the pick. Let's see what they can do here. Solid run. They'll bring it down to the 28-yard line. 2nd down here. Time for one more play before the 2-minute warning. That's the 2-minute warning here before halftime as the offense tries to cut into this lead. Looking to pass here on 2nd down. And he lofts it toward the left sideline. Deep ball is caught for a huge gain here. Into the end zone. Touchdown, BYU. Well, this college football playoff game is all tied up. It's beginning to feel a little bit like a shootout.
Yeah, it is. It's a battle of the offenses. Both these teams right now executing flawlessly. And they're doing so with such high stakes. Answering one score with another. Neither team is backing up 1 inch.
Now they line up to kick the extra point. And he knocks it right through. Getting set to kick the ball off now. Return starts from inside the 5. And he stopped at the 20, trying to make something happen. But that's good coverage there. And the Florida offense is back out on the field now. Each offense has been clicking, scoring touchdowns in their last possessions. And the senior quarterback, lucky he didn't get picked off, almost made a freshman mistake. 2nd down play coming up for this offense. Here's the snap, and he's looking to throw. Tackle made at the 37. That's a solid gain. We'll get to the line here in the no huddle. And looking to throw now on 1st down. Going to try to use his legs here. Quarterback gets down to avoid the tackle. They'll crank up the tempo here on 2nd down. The time is running out. There's the snap. Looking to throw the ball. Snags the quick throw. And the Gators pick up enough yardage for a 1st down. No huddle here for the offense. Here comes a 1st down pass attempt. He's got a man down the middle. They make the tackle, but that's a solid gain. Moves the ball to the 34. 1st down, looking to throw the ball. He's looking deep here. Touchdown, Gators. It was a foot race, and he won it.
Man, this defensive coordinator better adjust to this receiver. All they did was get him the ball in space, and you can see what he can do after the catch. One defender will not slow this receiver down today. You better bracket him or use double coverage.
Lining up to try the extra point. The knock through the extra point. The lead is 7, 21-14. So the offense getting some momentum before halftime with a touchdown. Now they kick off in hopes the defense can get a quick stop. He's going to return it from near the goal line. He'll be tackled at the 18. That's good coverage there. So the BYU offense comes back out onto the field. Backed up this close to the red zone in the final minute. Let's say they just decide to take care of the football and look toward the second half. Physical defending. That one falls incomplete. Brings up second down. There's the snap. Quarterback setting up to throw. He's got it down the left sideline for a huge gain. Oh, and nothing but green grass ahead. And he takes it all the way to the end zone. Touchdown, Brigham Young.
Perfect timing here by this quarterback. Great read, puts the ball where his man can make a play on it, and they're an extra point away from tying this game up.
Now the all-important extra point. And the PAT is good. So the offense gets momentum scoring before halftime. Now the kickoff. We'll see if the defense can get a stop and preserve that momentum. And he takes this from inside the 5. And he stopped at the 20, trying to make something happen, but that's good coverage there. And the Gators offense retakes the field. The offenses have had their way so far. These defenses looking for answers. Looking for his big tight end. Wow, lays out and makes a spectacular catch. So the offense calls a timeout here. That's their first of the half. The guys up front lined up. It's first down. Drops back from the shotgun, looking for an open man. And it's incomplete. The defender arrived the same time as the football. And now it's second down. Quarterback drops back. Pass ball is incomplete. There was a lot of contact. No penalty. Brings up third down. Not going to be easy here. Backed up a long way to go for a first down. Finds his target, and it's complete. And now the defense will call a timeout before this critical down, just to get everybody on the same page. The Gators will line up to kick it away. They're going to kick it away for the second time. This one will be fair caught. The offense comes back out there. Not much time left. Perhaps just time for a couple plays before the half. They'll run it here. The gain moves the ball to the 34. Timeout is called to talk strategy. Time for just 1 or 2 plays here before halftime. Getting set. Here's second down. Quarterback looking to connect with the receiver here. Quick throw to his receiver. Beautiful catch right near the sideline. Gets the foot down. The offense spends their final timeout of the half here to talk strategy. Looks like one more play here before halftime. On first and 10 here, looking to throw the ball. And he finds a wide open receiver. They forgot about him downfield. The tackle is finally made, but it's down to the 28-yard line. And that will do it for the first half here. Kevin Connors now has our halftime update.
Thanks, Chris. These games, they never disappoint, regardless the score. And this one was filled with excitement and big plays throughout that first half. The passing game for both sides has been outstanding. On point, unrelenting. They've excelled in the short game, the intermediate game, and especially on the deep ball. All in all, a thrilling display of offensive firepower, and these defenses have a lot to discuss here at halftime. That's it for us from our EA Sports Studios in Orlando. Let's head back to Chris and Kirk for the exciting conclusion of this one, where we'll find out who is moving on in the CFP.
The Florida offense retakes the field. And they'll start the third quarter here on the ground.
Great job by the offensive line here, opening up some holes and giving the running back room to run on first down. Plays like this can open up the playbook for the play caller, allow him to make that defense think, are they going to run? Maybe play action, maybe throw the ball down.
breaks into the clear. It's a sprint. They bring him down, but not before an explosive play through this offense through the air.
What a big play here by the quarterback and the receiver. By having an opportunity to make that big play, now they have a chance to put the ball in the end zone.
The offense really clicking against this embattled defense. Play action here on first down. Quick throw complete to the tight end. And the defense swarms, not much of a gain on that completion. Offense getting set. It's second down. Quarterback drops back, probing the secondary. It's a quick grab. Brought down for a loss after the completion. Not what they were looking for. They're backed up here, trying to make something happen on 3rd and long. Looking to chuck it again. Defense is coming after him. Running back grabs it on the screen. And they pick up the first down, tackled at the 25. The Gators are moving quickly down the field. And the wideout goes in motion. On 1st and 10, they'll look to throw it. And they chase him down outside the pocket for a sack.
There we go. The defense is able to finally get some pressure on this guy. That's one way to slow him down. He has had one heck of a drive, but this time, give the defense some credit for getting after him.
This offense faces a 2nd and 15. The O-line needs to regroup. And the quarterback drops back, looking for an open man. He's going to take off. He'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. 7th play of the drive coming up, but it is 3rd down and long. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. Here's a screen pass to the running back. And he's brought down. Good job by the defense getting through the blockers, but he stopped short of the first down. So on 4th down, the decision is to trot out the field goal team. And it's good right down the middle. And that puts them back on top.
I was watching this guy in pregame. He has got a strong leg. I'm surprised here he's able to put 3 points up here for the offense.
Following the field goal, the kickoff team is out there now. They're returning from inside the 10-yard line. And he stopped at the 20, trying to make something happen. That's good coverage there. Here comes the BYU offense back out on the field. Off the play fake, looking to throw on first down. Quick completion to the tight end. And a nice first down gain there. They get him down, but very close to the first down marker. Important second down play coming up. Makes a quick catch. And he'll be smothered right at the line for no gain. So a very makeable 3rd down for the offense with a 29. Lets it go quickly. And he's got his man open downfield. And he's brought down, but there is a penalty marker out there. Let's check out this call. Pretty easy call for the head coach. He will accept that penalty, of course. Important 3rd down play coming up. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. Catch made on the out route. Stopped at the 36. That's good enough to move the sticks. BYU getting set for the 1st and 10 now. From the shotgun, here's an inside give. He has first down yardage at the 46. A running play gives the offense a fresh set of downs. On 1st and 10, looking to throw. Makes a quick grab. And he'll run out of bounds and picking up a few yards on the play. That completion makes it 2nd and short. Off play action, he's looking to throw. And it's caught on the crossing pattern. They bring him down, but that's a solid gain on the play. This is the 6th play on the drive. There's the handoff. They tackle him behind the line, a loss of 4. Offense getting set up. Here's second down. Here's the snap. Quarterback looking to throw. Looks left and finds his target there. Solid tackle, able to get him down. So the offense faces third and short from the +26. Might be 4-down territory, but let's see what the call is here. And the junior able to get home with the sack.
Well, they're making this offensive line really think and communicate. Bringing different blitzes. This time the outside linebacker gets to the quarterback and comes up with a big sack for the D.
So they'll settle for a field goal attempt here. This will be a long-range attempt, 51 yards out. And it's good. The game is now tied.
Boy, this guy had plenty of leg here, too. Chris, you remember the days when a kick from 50-plus was a major accomplishment? Now these guys knock these out like they're almost automatic.
Come away with 3 points on the drive, and now the kickoff team will boot it away. And here's the return from inside the 5. Solid job by the coverage team. They bring him down at the 16. And the Florida offense is back out on the field now. They settled for a field goal last time out. Let's see what they can do this time. Quick pass. Here comes a jet sweep. Throws a stiff arm. Defense shoves him out of bounds. Not much of a gain there. Now it's second down here. And the quarterback keeps it here. Picks up the first, looking for more. Solid gain there. Moves the ball out to the 32. A solid run, good for first down yardage. Off the play fake, looking to throw. The pass rush closing in. Looking to scramble now. Breaks loose at the 45. Quarterback gets down to avoid the big hit.
Man, it is fun to watch this guy get out in the open field. I didn't realize he could run like this. That's a big gain for this offense.
And they'll try to pick it up on the ground. And he's wrapped up short of the marker there as the time runs down here in the third quarter. Here's the second down play. We reach the end of 3 in this playoff game. Deadlock, a classic on our hands as we stop to check the game summary so far. Headed to the final quarter of this playoff game. Who's going to step up and make a difference here in this pursuit of a national championship? Tailback with another carry. The sophomore with a strong tackle there. Third down. They don't gain anything from here. It's a 51-yard field goal try. There's the snap. They'll set up to throw. It's an out route. The catch made. And he'll head out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for a first down. And the player is down injured after that last play. We'll take a timeout while they check him out. This line getting set up. It's a first down play. And the quarterback dropping back. Pass caught. Can he get in? And they stop him just short. The defense really backed up now. It's first and goal. And the quarterback looking to make a play through the air. Touchdown, Florida. And they claim the lead here in the final quarter. Well, the call was sort of predictable, Kirk, but that tight end is just so tough to stop down here in the red zone.
Listen, speaking on behalf of all quarterbacks, you get down to the red zone, you're looking for that big target that you can trust. He's going to run a good route, and he's got a big wingspan to allow you to make a throw up into the air. He can go up and make a catch over most defenders. Really good execution. They come up with 6.
So they'll try to add to the lead now with the PAT. PAT is up and good. They lead by a touchdown here in the fourth quarter. The kickoff team on the field now as they get set to send this one away. Fields it just outside the goal line. He'll be tackled at the 18. That's good coverage there. Here comes the BYU offense back out on the field. They got points on the board last time thanks to a long-range field goal. Picks up 3 yards, so second and 7. Quick throw caught on the left side. Defense reacts quickly. A very short gain on the play. That gain sets up a third down play. Here's the snap, looking to throw. Catch made on the out route. Tackle made after a solid gain. They'll spot the ball at the 34. BYU getting set with a 1st and 10 now. They'll try the ground game here with the running back. And they'll stop him short of the line to gain. 2nd down after that run on the previous play. From the gun, he looks for an open man. Caught quickly. They bring down the receiver, but that's a nice gain on that play. Offense looking to convert on 3rd and short from the 42. Can they make the yardage or face a tricky 4th down decision? Tackle is made, but that's good for a 1st down to the 47. The Cougars pick up enough yardage to keep this drive rolling. Looking to throw it on 1st down. Looks over the middle, and that's complete.
Boy, this receiver in the slot is giving this defense all kinds of problems. He has another catch on the day. You may want to adjust out and get out of your base. Maybe try 5 or 6 defensive backs on the field. Somebody that can match up more athletically against this slot receiver.
They continue to march toward a game-tying touchdown. It's 1st and 10. Snags a quick throw. They bring him down, but an explosive play by this offense. Big game. And the Cougars come up to the line to crank the tempo up here. Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there. Defense cannot get this offense to 4th down. Offense continues the long drive. They look to throw it here on 2nd down. That's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact. No flag. Brings up 3rd down. They come to the line. A long way to go for the 1st down, but needing this crucial conversion right now. Defense stops him short of the marker. So now it's 4th down. And the Cougars will look to convert here on 4th down. Trying for a 4th down completion. Makes the grab in the end zone. Touchdown, BYU. We've been treated to a tremendous playoff game so far. Tied, late, and now a chance, Kurt, for an instant classic finish.
Chris, you're exactly right. What an incredible game of this magnitude. We're at the finish now. The question is, who is going to make the play? These are typically the moments where the result and the finish of the game is decided by one Herculean effort and concentration by one of its players. If there's any time for a big-time playmaker to make a play, it's right now.
And that review confirms the ruling on the field was correct, so the play will stand. Extra point is up and good, and we're now tied here in the 4th quarter. Kickoff team has come on the field now to send this one away. Fields it inside the 5-yard line. And they stop him at the 23. That's solid coverage. And that's the 2-minute warning here as we set up for a close, dramatic finish to this one. Running out of time in the pocket. Can't get it away. The defense has got him. What a huge stop at this stage of the game.
Well, the quarterback makes a mistake here. That's football 101. Once you get outside of the pocket, you've got to get rid of the football in this situation and not take the sack, especially in the 4th quarter.
2nd and long from the 14. They snap it. Quarterback looking to throw the ball. It's a short completion at the tight end. And he heads out of bounds after gaining a few yards. So a tricky situation here. 3rd and very long inside your own 20. How much of a risk do you take? You know this defense could be very aggressive at this moment. So they bring him down. They tried to run for it on 3rd and long. A cautious play call doesn't work. And the Gators will have to punt this one away. He'll call for the fair catch here. Fresh set of downs for the offense. 1st down. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. They'll take a deep shot. Catch made wide open way downfield. Touchdown, Brigham Young. They jump in front here in the 4th.
That is just an outstanding job by this quarterback with the game on the line. He finds the matchup with his go-to receiver, makes a perfect throw here to the receiver, and they score late to take the lead.
And they'll set up for the PAT. PAT is up and good. They lead by a touchdown here in the fourth quarter. Kickoff team is on the field to boot this one away. They'll return it from inside the 5. Not much on the return. They'll stop him at the 24. Good coverage. The Gators offense retakes the field. Here we go. They need a touchdown. They got some time to work with here. They got to be precise and manage the clock wisely. The catch is made for a huge pickup. And he breaks clear down the right side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Gators. No chance to catch him.
And just like that, Chris, we got a touchdown here, and they're an extra point away from taking the lead. Unbelievable to watch this quarterback and this offense work.
Now the important point after attempt. The PAT is up and good, and we are all tied here in the final quarter. Kickoff team is on the field. Let's see if they give the returner a chance to bring this one back. Return starts from inside the 5. Makes it to the 16. That's good coverage there. So the BYU offense comes back out onto the field. How do you play this now? Do you call a conservative play and just wait for overtime, or try to make something happen and win it in regulation? And he's shoved out of bounds by the defense short of the first down marker. That completion makes it second and medium. Here's the snap. Looking to throw here. Looks downfield and connects with a wide open wide receiver. Finally brought down after a big gain. Moves the ball all the way to the plus 48. First down. Looking to throw the football. He lets it go on the move. He pulls it in for a big gain. Brought down quickly, but the gain moves the football to the 30. And a timeout is called. They'll talk it over, tied late here in the fourth quarter. Here comes a handoff. And the tackle is made after a 4-yard gain, so 2nd and 6. And now a timeout quickly called by the defense as they try to get everybody on the same page here. They'll run it from the gun. They bring him down just short of the marker, inches away from a first down. And now the defense will call a timeout here. There's something they didn't like about that look, and they'll make an adjustment before this important play. Try and muscle for the first down. Brought down, but it's past the line to gain. And now the defense decides to spend a timeout to regroup a bit. BYU getting set with a 1st and 10 now. Movement here from the tight end. And now the handoff. Got space, looking to score. Touchdown, BYU. They go in front in the final minute of play.
Just so impressed by this offense and the way they've executed throughout most of this day. Now with the game on the line, they deliver and give them the go-ahead score. There's enough time, though, on the clock. The defense is going to have to go out there and make some plays to be able to win this game.
They'll try to add to the lead now with the PAT. PAT is up and good. They lead by a touchdown here in the fourth quarter. So after the late score, they'll kick it off and hope the defense can hold up, preserve this lead. And it's fielded. Returner trying to create a big play here. He'll be tackled at the 17. Strong job by the coverage team. And the Florida offense retakes the field. Here we go. Crucial situation. They've got time to run a few plays. The defense can't just back off here and play too passive. Oh, can you believe it? He dropped the ball. Don't see that often from this excellent receiver. He's going to bring up second down. And he's back to throw again after that incompletion on first down. And it's picked off. He throws it right into double coverage and pays for it. And he's wrapped up after a solid return.
Oh, you feel terrible for this quarterback. He's played well all year. He's trying to make a play, trying to force it into coverage because they need points at this point in the game to try to advance into the next round of the playoffs. Puts it into coverage, and that's probably going to do it.
So with the lead secure here, it's time to just take a knee, run out the clock, and plan the victory celebration. Of course, in the playoffs, it's survive and advance. This is a crucial W. Great performance, but now the stage gets even bigger. The challenges will continue going forward.
Yeah, more and more pressure will grow as this team continues to win football games, but you and I have been around this team all year long. So impressed with the emotions and how they're able to contain themselves, stay focused on the task at hand. They did that again today. They advance. Cannot wait to watch and see what they can do next week.
And that is going to wrap it up. We enjoyed this one here. From Kirk Street, I'm Chris Fowler, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.